ready.
Follow me. So from the main door, this is our way. We're going inside this time. We went to a shortcut, but everything is nice and covered. All the stairs.
Oh, you really leaving me for someone else. I want to let you go.
All the carpet is covered and protected. We have zip walls.
Back to you, I'll come running back. You can call my name. I'll come running back to you.
We are back in the bathroom. Okay. So now we're gonna show you, Carl. What do you think about this bad boy, the one we have now?
That's got to be the quietest, most efficient air scrubber that I've ever been on a job site around. There's a lot of different ones, and I'll tell you what, this is the biggest bang for the buck. This thing is super quiet. It's actually running right now. You probably can't even hear it. What made us buy this is the last job we were on. The GC actually had one on there, and it was a really big, that marble bathroom. And I was amazed by how clean the job site was, with all the cutting, with the sheet rockers, the spacklers, the trimmers, the hardwood guys, and the job site was immaculate. There was very, very little dust, if any, around. The thing works great. Big filter in here.
Yeah.
And you have a finer filter inside. So
Which is a Hepa filter inside.
Right, right.
We use vacuums with Hepa. Everything is Hepa filters. Rated for, I believe, if I don't get it wrong, this is rated for 5,000 square footage.
I believe so. This
or
was
something
rated for
like that.
5,000 feet. And it also filters out odors. It's rated for lead. It's rated for a lot of things that we probably won't even use it for. But I tell you what, this is a great investment if you are doing anything with the trades and want to you know, just keep the client's home nice and clean. The last thing the homeowners want is to have you do an awesome job doing the installation, but they say, this guy left a mess. He was a messy contractor. He did great work, but he left my house in a disaster. And that's probably 90% of the complaints about the trades is we come in, do a great job, but you leave the house in a mess. You know, and to me, you know, pleasing the wife or the husband, whoever, pleasing the client is very, very important. No matter what quality work you do, leave the house nice and clean.
Because that's the only thing they're going to remember.
They're going to remember. They're going to say to their friends, hey, the guy did a great job, but he was a slob.
Yep.
That is not good.
So this is hottie breaker on 1/2 inch. And then we waterproof this wall with Regard, but the purpose of this waterproofing membrane is not because we have water, right?
Right.
Or it's not going to be subjected to any water.
For rolling the wall, and actually rolled the wall with maybe 1.5 coats. And it wasn't so much just to waterproof or to crack isolate the wall. What it was for is as a primer. We know that this board right here will suck the moisture prematurely out of any thin set. So what we want to do is go ahead and prime the wall. So what this is going to do is give our thin set longer pot life. it's not going to prematurely dry it out. So it gives me more working time. It keeps my working time open a lot longer than if I were not to. So that was the whole purpose for it. Went ahead and taped all the seams. We used an 1 5/8" Hardy backer screws. Went ahead and screwed everything. Got everything nice and flat on the wall. Seamed everything up.
With alkaline resistant?
With alkaline resistant tape. Very important that you use alkaline resistant tape, and the reason for that is the thin set that we use has alkaline in it. So if you don't use alkaline resistant tape, what the alkaline will do is dissolve, it will corrode, and if you were to, let's just say, God forbid, you had to remove a tile in this area where the tape is at, it will be gone.
Yep.
Literally, it will be gone. At that point, it serves no purpose as far as mending each board to one another. Stay tuned, we'll come back with another short video and some pictures of the installation of these areas right here.
Stay tuned.
All right, guys. I'm going to hydrate the plywood substrate. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's not dry, because if I don't hydrate the substrate, what happens is my thin set will prematurely dry out. So by doing this, I'm actually cleaning the substrate and I'm hydrating it. So if you ever notice when you go ahead and just put some water on the floor, after a while what you'll see is it'll dry up. That's exactly what it's going to do to your thin set. So we want to go ahead and hydrate the substrate, no matter if it's plywood, no matter if it's concrete slab or cement board. You want to go ahead and hydrate ahead of time. That way you know that your thin set is going to have the right drying time and not be prematurely dried out. It's a step that gets avoided by a lot of tile guys. Don't know. It's a big mistake, and we're going to show you exactly why. And this is going to be definitely you know, an added for our bond strength here.
Sounds good.
Okay, Dan. So what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm ready to spread the thin set, and as you saw, I'm sorry, Carl, he already pre-moistured the subfloor to don't premature dry our thin set. What I'm using is 1/4 by 1/4 inch square notch trowel.
So, wow, that thin set looks a little looks loose there.
It is loose. It's loose. It's looser than what you have, you know, when you set up tiles. But The reason for it is, the reason it's so loose is to adhere better in our fleece, in our uncoupling membrane in the back has a fleece, and that's why we actually having looser than normal than you set up top. Now I will not run my thin set like this. I will key first my thin set into the plywood. Okay, so then I know 100% my thin set is bonded to our plywood substrate. Very, very good. So all the thin set is keyed in. Now I switch to my 1/4 by 1/4 notch, okay, and I will not run my thin set like this. Even if it's an uncoupling membrane, directional trowel makes sense, and you're gonna get a lot better coverage on your uncoupling membrane instead of running all these circles. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run nice and straight, parallel ridges.
And why do you do that?
Why I'm doing this?
Yes.
Because when we apply our membrane, having directional trowel, there is no voids, air pockets, and we can actually collapse those ridges better than having those circles. You see, when you're doing like that, you actually make a circle which traps the air underneath.
Okay.
I hope you guys can see that. You see, actually, you're making like a suction cup. Okay, but air is going to be trapped here by applying the thin set in one direction. When we apply our uncoupling membrane and then we roll the roller on top, these are easy to collapse. It's getting collapsed like this. Okay? Okay guys, so Carl already rolled the membrane and now we have to check our coverage. What we do, we go in this corner and we peel off and check if we have a coverage. And look at that.
Wow.
That's 100% coverage. You see, there is no voids, okay? There's beautiful coverage, okay? So we put it back. So this actually tells us we are doing the right way, okay? So we have a good 100% bond.
Burn this